Fate couldn't have played a crueler joke on our western neighbour Pakistan other than letting its own nurtured monsters run wild to sever its sovereignty. Its mindless, vile actions have turned the establishment's fail-safe idea of strategic depth into the graveyard of the Pakistani military. In 1971, India broke Pakistan into two halves for its unspeakable atrocities. But this time, it seems that it will be Pakistan's homegrown venomous snakes, that is Taliban terrorists, that will split the Islamic nation not in two but in four pieces. With Taliban and Pakistan up in arms against each other, the clock for that eventuality is ticking fast. Namaste and welcome to TFIPost. I'm your host Sabita Mishra. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. If you're watching us on Facebook, do like, share and follow the page. Let's begin. Betraying its Western allies, Pakistan provided Taliban terrorists all the men and material support to topple the democratically elected Ashraf Ghani government in Afghanistan. In doing so, Pakistan wanted to run Afghanistan as its strategic depth. It hoped to later use it for the staging terrorist attacks throughout the world, particularly against India. Ironically, the Pakistani deep state failed to take into consideration two major issues. First, no doubt that Pakistan has a long history of breeding terrorists, but it still failed to understand the true nature of terrorism. No matter what brainwashing tactics Pakistan uses to cultivate hatred against India, it can't tame and unleash terrorists at the time and place of its choosing. The countless attacks in Pakistan by Talibani terrorists openly display the true facet of terrorism. Terrorism can only wreak havoc against humanity, and it can't fulfill Pakistan's nefarious agenda ever in India or even in Afghanistan. Second, Pakistan failed to refer to the dictionary and look for the word sovereignty. The concept of sovereignty is hard for Pakistan as it is a full-time banana republic that keeps switching allegiance to either US or China and is content with being a vassal state. Now it is for these reasons that Afghanistan, led by Taliban, has trained guns at their former masters. Recently, the Pakistani military launched an airstrike on the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan's stronghold in Nangarhar province, which lies inside Afghanistan territory. Soon after the purported airstrike, the Pakistan Air Force claimed that it carried out multiple reconnaissance and target identification flights along the international border with Afghanistan while staying well inside their airspace. However, Taliban has been giving regular warning to Pakistan not to violate its sovereignty, launch airstrikes and attack Taliban. The nation has to otherwise be ready to face dire consequences. Earlier, Afghanistan leader Ahmad Yasir gave a chilling reminder of the infamous 1971 surrender to the Pakistani army. Along with the picture of surrender by the Pakistan army, he advised Pakistan not to misjudge Afghanistan with Syria, as it is the graveyard of proud empires. He also added that if Pakistan thinks of military attack on Taliban, they will suffer the same fate as they did in 1971 against India. Apart from the chilling warnings, there were exchanges of fire between Taliban and Pakistani forces near the Torkham border. This was a clear direction from top. Mullah Muhammad Yaqub, the defense minister of the Taliban government, had given clear instructions to Talibani fighters to shoot Pakistani soldiers in case they attempt to cross the border. Having helped Taliban acquire power in Afghanistan, Pakistan would have hoped to kill the demand for Pashtunistan and the formal acceptance of the Durand Line by the friendly regime in Afghanistan. Instead of working on Pakistani dictates, Taliban has been rekindling new fervors in the Pashtun tribe and threatening Pakistan regarding the imposition of unacceptable Durand Line on the border between the two nations. With bloodthirsty and terrorist mindset, both the regimes will be inclined to fulfill their objectives through violence. This is an eventuality heading towards a warring situation between the two nations, which will vindicate the fact that there is nothing like good or bad terrorism.